Day 3 of yoga, keeping it up, trying to go at least all 5 days. I'm feeling pretty good. My arm feels way better today. I did not do CrossFit this morning, just doing yoga. Let's have some fun.
Good morning. What's up, Tasha? Hey, how's it going? I'm doing well, thanks. I'm gonna sign up to do the 9 a.m. I might get a yoga mat. Hold on. Okay. I might just go this. Yeah, I'll do that. And that one's pretty good, like this one's pretty good even when you sweat on it and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a Yeti travel mug.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I have a black one and I love it.
They're the best.
They are the absolute best. That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. That's huge. Wow. Dude, that's so funny. Do a review of this later.
2 hours later.
Ready? Alright.
So I just got the brand new Beats Pro. Took an hour and a half. I did the Apple 2-hour shipping, and this is it right here. So I'm gonna give these a try, see what it's like this week. I just got the brand new Beats Pro. Took an hour and a half. I did the Apple 2-hour shipping, and this is it right here. So I'm gonna give these a try, see what it's like this week.
It's really smooth.
It is. If they really look, they'll see you in the background of the mirror.
Oh, I'm
Like
in the
a
background?
Flash. Someone is like, wait, what the? It's so funny because if you really look, the camera also moves as my hands are in the back, like up and down.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's totally natural. It just looks like I'm reaching into the bag. But it's so weird and like, wait, what?
So here's my experience so far with hot yoga and yoga mats. So far I've done about 20 classes of either Bikram or hot yoga. And this week I've dedicated the entire week every day to doing core power yoga. So far I've used one of the cheapest, very thick yoga mats found on Amazon. I used that for a while and that was absolutely miserable. Terrible, terrible, terrible to use. After deciding I couldn't use that anymore, I started renting mats. And after about renting mats for 10 or so sessions at $4 a session, I realized I had spent over $40 renting yoga mats, and I figured it was time to bite the bullet and actually buy a real yoga mat. So today was that day. I bought one and I got to use it. And now I'd like to share my thoughts. Let's start with the cheapest yoga mat, which was the one bought on Amazon. This thing is about a 1/2 inch thick. It's an open cell foam, but with a laminate on the top and the bottom so moisture doesn't get into it, which is good. It's super cushy and great on hardwood floors and really good for things like ROMWODs. If you're not familiar with what a ROMWOD is or the app, ROMWOD is essentially just a mobility workout that you can do in your own home. It's about 20 minutes. Once a week, it's about 45 minutes, and it's just long static holds. It's very painful, but very good. However, this mat is horrible to use in hot yoga. You are literally slipping everywhere. So I started renting mats. It was $4 per session, and those mats were pretty good. I noticed they're thinner and they're firmer. The benefit to that was I actually felt more planted, especially in those balance positions when you're standing on one foot and you're trying to balance or hold a pose for a longer duration. It was easier for me to stay stable and make those tiny adjustments. But after 10 sessions of paying $4 a mat, I realized I spent over $40 on renting mats. At that point, I just decided I needed to bite the bullet and get a real mat. Today was that day I bought my own mat. I bought the Lululemon 5mm reversible yoga mat. After one day with it, it felt so much better. It's a huge difference, even from the ones that I rented. It's a closed cell yoga mat, so the moisture, once again, does not get into it. It doesn't soak it up, which you would think would make it more slippery, but it's actually pretty sticky on the surface. And when I had my towel, if I sweat a lot in one spot, I would wipe it quickly, and then it was pretty sticky again. Towards the end, I noticed it was getting a little bit more on the slick side, but it honestly wasn't that bad. The 5mm for me is right about the perfect amount of cushion. I don't feel any pain in my ankles, but I still had some stability when I was doing those balance poses. I was able to hold them and make those tiny adjustments pretty well. I felt way more stable today, even compared to other days when I rented out the mats from the yoga studios. Now, this mat is reversible and it does have two sides that are different. I used the more coarse side face up today. I'll have to give the other side a try tomorrow to see how that goes. There are certainly tons of yoga mats out there and I've only scratched the surface. This is my second yoga mat that I've purchased. One was super cheap, this one was not so cheap, and other than that I've just rented a bunch of yoga mats. However, as my yoga journey continues, I'd be curious to try and test out some of the other more high-end yoga mats to see what the difference is really between these ones. But for today, given my entry-level experience, that's all I've got. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.